Day do you hug? And he said, not enough, which of course is the right answer. You know, was not sort of part of my own cultural background. I'm Irish Catholic with the side order of German. So, you know, we would shake hands and go like this, you know. But the homies taught me how to hug, I think, you know, in 30 years in the projects and Lavadio, you get a lot of hugs. Thich Nhat Hanh, who's a famous Buddhist teacher, gave a talk somewhere in the States, and he was a woman drove him to the airport, and when she got out, she said, "Can I hug you?" And he said, "Why not?" And so she does. And afterwards, I felt kind of awkward. I don't really do hugs. And he thought, well, if I'm going to work in the West, I need to kind of figure that out. So he kind of devised this hugging meditation. In his mind, he hugs people. You know, he's a big breathe in, breathe out guy. So he'll breathe in, "You are alive to me." Breathe out, "You are precious to me." And so it's a way of thinking, and it's a way of proceeding. Some time ago, I went to Washington, D.C. with Levon Bean and Tafner Cook, and we went to the Holocaust Museum, and we walked through it, and at the end, they said, "We're going to go to the gift shop." I said, "Well, I'm going to go downstairs to the basement, and there's a new exhibit, so I'll be back in 10 minutes. When I came up, there was Levon and Tafner, and they were talking to this woman in her 80s, and it turned out she was a Holocaust survivor, a woman who had suffered a great deal, and been in 5 different concentration camps, including a death march. And so I watched the two of them just staring at her, mouths wide open. And she didn't have a lot of time. She had to excuse herself. She goes, "I have to give a tour." So she only told her story in like 7 minutes. A story of incredible suffering and endurance and perseverance. And when she finished, Levon looked at her, and I was standing at a little bit of a distance, but I could hear him, and he says, "Can I hug you?" And this Jewish grandmother started laughing. She goes, "Get in here, I'm a hugger." So she hugged him, and then Tafner, and then they introduced me, and she hugged me because she's a hugger. A middle school in North Carolina recently, they were told by the principal there will be no hugging here. So at the lunchtime, they had a hug-in protest. Wow, middle school. And so she reversed her position. Research tells us that hugging is beneficial. The list is long, I'll keep it short. It may alleviate fears, lower depression. It's a natural stress reliever. It makes you feel good. It fights infections. It cultivates patience and appreciation. It boosts self-esteem. It connects us to our ability to self-love. It builds trust and a sense of safety. It heals loneliness, anger, isolation. It helps balance the nervous system. It fosters mutuality, a giving and a receiving. It encourages empathy and understanding. It teaches you to let go and be present. It strengthens your immune system. And there's some chemistry here. It lifts one's serotonin and oxytocin levels. It elevates mood. It impacts happiness. It lowers your blood pressure. There's more, and I'll stop. But anybody who's gone to Baby and Me knows that well-hugged babies are less stressed adults. So a noted famous therapist has notedly and famously said that we need 4 hugs a day for survival, 8 hugs for maintenance, 12 hugs for growth. And how many people get hugged here each day? Not enough. But you trainees will leave here with a boatload of resilience, and stuff that's needed healing has found some mending. And you've moved beyond the mind you have, from maybe before thinking that courage is shanking some fool on the bee yard. But rather, now, courage is apologizing to someone. And you will leave here having been treated with extraordinary tenderness in a healing place of love and a healing place of hope. And you will leave here and you will not be toppled anymore by what the world throws at you. even with all that you carry and all the suffering you have endured, because now you can greet the world and say, get in here. I'm a hugger. Amen.